97.3 Citi FM. Relevant radio, always.
Over the past years, it is known to everybody that you have been very active in partisan politics, actively campaigning alongside Nana Akufo-Addo, now the President of the Republic. During this period, your public pronouncements in social and political discourse has been described by many Ghanaians as quite harsh, to put it mildly. For example, you labeled the former President of the Republic, John Mahama, quote, the heart of the devil. He has the heart of the devil, quote and unquote. And you also, that's actually online, I don't know if I'm online. Now, speaking to a crowd of NPP supporters in their front plains on Wednesday, you described the former president as violent. You said he is violent, quote, he is violent. He recently instigated some youth of the NDC to hurl stones at Nana Akufo-Addo's house, unquote. That's also on Class FM. You have also described the former president as not serious and an embarrassment to a specific regional section, Northerners especially. Quote, this president is not serious. He has embarrassed a lot of Northerners, unquote, XYZ. That's Radio XYZ. Now, speaking to electors at Asawasi, you also labeled the president as extremely wicked. Quote, President Mahama's time is up. President Mahama is extremely wicked, and so he must step down. That was Rainbow Radio Online. Now, in your statements, you also categorically said President Mahama has a heart of evil. I've already said that, and extremely wicked. Because of such pronouncements, and among others, some media houses in Ghana, I know, have actually gone further to bar you from appearing on their political and social programs. And there are stories online that suggest so, Peace FM, Metro TV, Good Morning Ghana, and the stories, suggest that they actually decided to ban you from appearing on their platforms. Now, do you accept that your statements were unfortunate and unpalatable? And will you now apologize to the former president and to Ghana for such unsavory comments?
Thank you, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman. The president is my brother, and I spoke from my convictions. The former president, John Dramani Mahama, I made the statements that I made as a wake-up call for him. We are building a nation. He was running for re-election, and I felt that the people who should tell him as it is were not telling him as it was. I wasn't banned from Metro. They decided that because he was my brother, they did not want me to speak. And when I talked about him being an embarrassment, I spoke in relation to Sada. Sada is very dear to my heart. My mother is a Northerner. The incidence of poverty is highest in the 3 northern regions. And for a president who comes from the north, who promised to alleviate poverty, what happened to the guinea fowls? It was an embarrassment to me and to the north. The chiefs of the north actually made that statement. And so, I don't owe him or you any apology. We are developing and building a nation.
You are coming into a public life where you would be compelled to take very difficult decisions. I've heard you make comments about President Mahama, and I just share with you before I land on my question that there are times that it was not the wish of President Mahama, for instance, to bring energy sector levy, but he wanted to guarantee the future security of the country. He establishes a machinery to deliver an affirmative action between the North and the South. Probably he's let down by other persons, and you should know that he didn't work with angels. You've used very hard, strong language that puts me in a very difficult language. That is not pardon my word, Gonja-like or Dagomba-like or Otiko-like. Hey, you don't want a booster. Would you want to unequivocally say that this was just part of your political campaign exercise? Other than that, you risk. If tomorrow Kaya are not off the street, LIP is not expanded, will come after you in ways that will chase you out of the Ministry of Gender and Children. Would you be happy? Would you be the proud son that those words, if I use those words, campaign platform, I would say that you did. But if you come on this platform and still want to stand by it, will you be Otika? The Otika I know that Otiko, let that belong to the generation where you engage in competitive partisan politics.
Mr. Chairman, I am as much my mother's child as my father's child. Destiny calls, and the development of Mother Ghana is very serious. People have died for this country, and we, at this time, must work and continue from where they left off. And so for me, the president must be like Caesar's wife. And the issue of SADA affected me personally and the people of the North. And if you look at the results, it's indicative of how the people of the North felt. It is no excuse to say that other people let him down, because he is the president of Mother Ghana, or he was the president. At times I felt that he was the emperor without clothes, and there was the need to draw his attention. It was not just political talk. Governance affects the lives of all of us.
97.3 Citi FM. Relevant radio, always.